Hey everybody, Dan here with Fin Feather for Outfitters. Today we're going to talk about the Springfield Armory Echelon. Just today they are launching a new model. It's a variation of the Echelon. We're going to get into it, so let's do it. Just over 2 years ago, Springfield Armory introduced the Echelon to the gun world. A lot of people took notice. They built it from the ground up. They took the XDM line and the Hellcat line, meshed them in certain areas, and built it from the ground up. They loved the capacity, the trigger action, very nice. Different than what we're used to. An Optic system, variable interface system that allows many different optic footprints. I actually changed my optic on here to a Veridian RFX 11. Very cool optic. The sight picture, they now make them with threaded barrels. They changed the slide. They made it modular. I could go on. The fact is, people who got their hands on this, that's probably my favorite polymer frame striker fire handgun. But in December of 24, they came out with the Echelon 4.0 compact, and this too was met with high approval. That's one that you could carry. People would say, I could carry this now. It's a little bit shorter, same mechanics. Yeah, the capacity changed, but not in a bad way. They still have 15 round mags and a little higher, and you know, it's a great handgun, and people love the shooting impulse of it. They say it's great. It handles the 9mm just fine. But Springfield came up with a variant of this. The 4.0 compact Echelon, but this time it has a port. Now, I want to talk about the idea of a port because so many people get this wrong. They think if it has a port, it should shoot like a 22. Well, the gun's going to move whether we like it or not. It's going to happen. The mere science behind what happens from that firing pin hitting that primer is going to make the gun move. Well, by adding a port, you're not going to just be able to keep the gun still and shoot away. That's a false narrative that has been taking place in the gun world. It will move. The difference between a ported gun and a non-ported gun is that it will decrease that movement, even if it's that much. 9mm, not a lot of recoil, but if you can stay on target and have better and quicker follow-up shots with a port, then that will definitely help. That will help with your preciseness when shooting. If you have to transition, whatever the case, a port's going to help. So I dialed this down so that you could see the difference between a muzzle rising that much or a muzzle rising that much. When you are transitioning, that is a big distance between muzzle rise. Okay? That to that. It's actually a really big deal when you are doing controlled pairs or transitioning targets. Take a look at this and you will see what I'm talking about, and you may say, you know, this TFG guy for once in his life is right. Springfield is labeling this model the Echelon 4.0C Comp. They call it a comp as if a compensator is added. It's actually a port in the slide and the barrel. Definitely keeps the muzzle rise to a minimum. Now the optic that I used is a Aimwin PN320. Nice optic, aluminum housed, nice visual dot. It's shake awake, battery compartment right there. They did a good job with this for a budget optic. There's no doubt about that. I think it fits really well. Love these three handguns. This one has the least amount of muzzle rise. It just does with that port. It makes a difference. So when shooting and you transition, it makes a difference. I'm telling you. And I've been saying this, and people say, I don't want it. But most people who say that, they never even tried it. So am I saying that you need to get the ported model? No, I'm not saying that. If you have this, you're probably just fine. But if you've been convinced, even a little bit, that a compensator or a port in the handgun helps decrease the muzzle rise, then perhaps you'll understand what I've been saying for quite a while. So many manufacturers are coming out with their versions of a compensated or a ported handgun. The Echelon itself remains the same. Excellent trigger action, nice optic system. I love the grip on this. The grip on this is just phenomenal. Easy disassemble, easy to shoot, and it just offers so much. Once again, Dan here with Fin Feather for Outfitters. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching.